Today, we're going to talk about vision in terms of where we're going in the future. We live in an internet world. We live in a world that has been sort of turned upside down. I'll give you the old scenario. If someone came to me and they said, well, how good is this singer or whoever they are, I would say, hey, well, they've sold these many records, they have these many radio spins, and they've sold these many concerts out. The question, inevitably now, the very first question is how many Twitter followers do they have? So having 1 million followers on Twitter or Facebook or whatever it is doesn't necessarily translate into automatic album sales or selling of a product. How do we put a real value on someone's followers?
So give me a show of hands of people that know Ashton Kutcher. Okay, that's everybody. Okay, just for the record. Now, raise your hand if you've ever done anything that Ashton Kutcher has ever asked you to do. That's one. So, Ashton Kutcher certainly has a big microphone. He has a lot of followers on Twitter. But does he create behavior change in people that are listening to him? The difference between influence and the size of your microphone is how much do you inspire people to do something or to change your behavior?
Okay. That sort of leads us, Matt, to sort of one of the topics that you touched on in the book. Before, where I used to sell an album, and that was the whole purpose of why I did everything. I spent all this money on videos, I toured to get support to make an album. And now I live in a world where that album is free or available for download on the internet. Speak to adding value to your brand versus just going out and getting a specific monetary amount.
I think that in a world where anybody can get what you do for free, you have to give them more opportunities to pay you. When I put the book out in 2008, it turned up on the Pirate Bay, and it had been cracked, and the ebook was just available as a PDF. So I contacted my publisher and said, look, this is happening, and we can't measure this, or we can't manage this. So we made the book available for free through my website, and we found sort of 10 to 15% of people would pay an extra $5 or more for a copy. But what was really interesting was that didn't cannibalize physical book sales, it didn't cannibalize ebook sales, but that wasn't the real value of the interactions that I got out of that particular project. The real values were the possibilities and options it created for me as an author and as a creator that I couldn't have done in any other way. One day I opened my email and I have an email from Young Guru. It's like, hey, I just read your book, I'm a big fan, like, let's hang out.
I definitely read Let's Hang Out.
And so we did, and so Guru and I have become good friends, and we've had all these opportunities to work together, and that was one of a few interactions and emails that happened as a result of just putting this PDF out there, and there's no other way I could have done that.
And I guess that leads us to Rich in terms of changing. I think that's one of the keys, I guess, to what you're doing now with Maxell. And I guess my question would be I guess the first question would be, how do you completely change what you've been doing for so many years? How do you approach that?
The vehicle may change, but the fact that we all want to share all of our content will not. We predict basically by looking at the general premise, and that is sharing, and then we try to look at the easiest way to share. The easiest, most cost-effective way to make it available to all consumers.
I think this is incredible. What this is a USB stick. And you can stick, I think, what's the highest? You can put in 32 gigs?
2 terabyte, actually.
Oh, now it's
the XC.
2 terabyte. But that's not what makes it so super special, is that once I plug this in, this then becomes a hotspot in and of itself.
Correct.
And I can share with up to 8 people. How many feet away?
160 feet.
Right, and so we could have as many movies, music, data files, whatever, and this becomes a huge hotspot.
Correct.
I want to thank you guys personally for coming and for giving this information to the audience and the people that will see this on tape. I thank you again.
Thank you.